Winning Britain's Got Talent is supposed to be the ultimate golden ticket to a lifetime of luxury, fame, and endless opportunity. But for most of its champions, that shiny gold trophy quickly turns into a career-ending anchor. When Christmas shattered stage records, left the judges speechless with her explosive vocal power, and took home the crown, millions of viewers were convinced they were witnessing the birth of the world's next iconic pop superstar. Everyone envisioned massive stadium tour, multi-platinum records, and red carpet appearances across the globe. Yet, as the blinding stage lights dimmed and the deafening cheers of the crowd began to fade, an uneasy silence descended over her name. Social media critics and industry insiders began whispering that was destined to join the long, tragic list of talent show winners who failed to maintain their momentum and faded into total obscurity. But for those who were quietly tracking her moves behind closed doors, that sudden silence wasn't a sign of defeat. It was the calculated setup for a massive, high-stakes move. And what is unfolding right now in 2026 is about to change everything we thought we knew about her. To truly understand how dangerous and incredible's current position is, you have to rewind to the toxic storm that erupted the exact moment she was announced as the winner. The second the golden confetti hit the floor, the internet didn't unite in celebration. Instead, it exploded with vicious conspiracy theories. Within hours, wild claims surfaced across every major platform, accusing the network of rigging the entire competition. Internet sleuths quickly dug up her previous professional experience in West End theater, and almost overnight, the media narrative took a sharp, aggressive turn. She was no longer viewed as the humble, relatable underdog fighting her way up from nothing. Instead, she was branded as an industry plant who had been secretly slipped into the show to fool the public. That level of sudden, unearned hatred would have utterly shattered most aspiring artists, creating a psychological nightmare that few could ever recover from. But while many would have retreated behind closed doors to hide from the noise, made a far more dangerous choice. She decided to use the hate as fuel. Most people assumed that after her monumental win, her daily life would immediately shift into total comfort and Hollywood-level luxury. But the brutal reality of the music industry operates on a far darker set of rules. The official victory granted her a slot at the Royal Variety Performance, but behind the locked doors of record label executive suites, an ugly battle was brewing. Industry heads didn't see as a unique, long-term artist to be developed. They saw her as a short-term financial asset to be squeezed for every single penny before the public lost interest. Executives aggressively pushed her to record a cheap, rushed album of generic pop covers to capitalize on the holiday shopping rush. This exact strategy had been used for decades to wring fast cash out of reality TV winners, even if it permanently ruined their artistic credibility in the process. When put her foot down, refusing to play the role of a corporate puppet and rejecting contracts that stripped away her creative freedom, chaotic arguments broke out. But taking a stand against the most powerful people in music came with a terrifying price tag. Defying the industry gatekeepers meant she had to prepare for a quiet, systematic blacklisting. Almost overnight, major television booking offers began to dry up, and the doors of top-tier media outlets suddenly slammed shut. To make matters worse, her personal life was spiraling out of control due to the sudden shift in her financial status. Winning a massive televised talent show caused people from her past to crawl out of the woodwork, pretending to be loyal supporters while secretly trying to get a cut of her newly acquired fortune. She was forced to confront heartbreaking betrayals from those she once trusted, including early managers and advisors who attempted to skim money off her performance fees. The choice in front of her was agonizing: either clean out her entire inner circle or watch her hard-earned career be eaten alive from the inside out. Executed a total wipeout, firing her team, severing ties with toxic friends, and isolating herself to regain total control over her life and brand. What she did after that total reset caught everyone off guard. rather than panicking or feeling sorry for herself, went completely dark to execute a quiet, brilliant counteroffensive. As 2026 rolled around, high-level rumors began leaking out of the most exclusive recording studios in Los Angeles and London. According to industry insiders, spent months quietly locked away with Grammy award-winning producers who have crafted global hits for the biggest names on the planet. She was no longer interested in singing other people's songs. She was busy constructing a completely unique signature sound that blends raw, theatrical vocal power with dark, modern cinematic pop. Industry rumors also indicate that high-stakes negotiations are currently for a massive, custom-built stage production written specifically around her extraordinary vocal range. Instead of knocking on doors and begging the industry for a seat at the table, she decided to build her own table where she holds all the cards. This total reinvention wasn't just limited to her music. It extended to how she runs her career as an entertainment empire. The woman who used to work long, exhausting shifts at a gym reception desk has transformed into a remarkably sharp businesswoman. She spent her time studying the complex mechanics of music publishing, refusing to hand over the rights to her master recordings to major labels, and building a fiercely loyal independent team that answers only to her vision. Her uncompromising, ice-cold professional stance caught old-school executives completely off guard, as they were used to steamrolling young talent show winners. She proved that winning a reality show doesn't mean you have to play by a broken system designed to break you. But taking such an independent, high-risk path means the stakes could not be higher, because a single misstep could wipe out all the personal momentum and capital she sacrificed everything to build. Media analysts who once dismissed her as a short-lived novelty are now radically shifting their perspectives. They are beginning to realize that her prolonged absence from the spotlight wasn't a decline at all, but rather a dangerous incubation period. The vocals that critics once claimed were too theatrical or sharp have been polished into a world-class weapon, capable of delivering devastating emotional resonance without losing mainstream appeal. Her physical image and stage presence have a complete transformation, radiating the quiet confidence of an international powerhouse who no longer requires validation from television judges or online trolls. The same public that once fueled toxic rumor mills is now captivated by curiosity, waiting to see what she has been secretly cooking behind studio doors. Yet, despite all this careful preparation and strategic maneuvering, a massive question mark hangs over her immediate future. The music landscape of 2026 is an unforgiving where public attention shifts in seconds and ruthless social media algorithms can destroy an artist's trajectory overnight. Will her new, uncompromised material finally break through to global audiences and permanently silence her doubters? Or will the sheer force of an industry that favors quick, disposable content try to crush her momentum right at the moment of her ultimate comeback? One thing is absolute, is no longer fighting as a nervous contestant hopping for public sympathy. She is stepping back onto the stage as a seasoned warrior ready to claim what is rightfully hers. This story is far from over, because her next moves are expected to send shockwaves far beyond the UK music scene and ripple across the global entertainment landscape. Recent leaks suggest that a surprise collaboration with one of the biggest names in international music is currently in its final stages of production, a move that nobody who predicted her downfall saw coming. If this project lands as planned, it will completely shatter the tired narrative of the forgotten talent show winner once and for all, replacing it with a new era dominated by her name. When that moment hits, everyone who ever counted her out will have to admit they severely underestimated the grit of an artist who refused to let the machine break her. Christmas has proved that true victory isn't achieved when golden confetti falls on a live television set. It's earned when you stand tall in the middle of a career-ending storm and carve out your own path when everyone expects you to fall. Her new chapter in 2026 is a loud, unshakable declaration that genuine talent, combined with absolute resilience, cannot be silenced by any corporate playbook. But as she prepares to step back into the blinding glare of the global spotlight, one final question remains for all of us to ponder. In an industry that consumes and discards young talent faster than ever, can an artist truly hold onto their soul at the very top? Or does ultimate success always demand a price far heavier than we can ever imagine?